Monica, you have such an extraordinary story. Let's start at the beginning. Where were you born?
I was born in Equatorial Guinea in 1972. I was the daughter of the country's first president after it gained independence from Spain. One of my earliest memories is of my family traveling to North Korea to meet Kim Il-sung, the supreme leader of North Korea. 2 years later, my mother took me, my sister, and my brother to study at a high school in North Korea, as there were no educational opportunities in our home country. Shortly after arriving, however, my mother told us she had to immediately return to Equatorial Guinea. I didn't know it at the time, but my father had just been overthrown in a coup, and he had been executed by my cousin, my father's nephew. We were left in the care of Kim Il-sung, and we were moved to military boarding school. Life in the military boarding school was tough. I got up every morning at 5 a.m. to exercise with my platoon and took part in military training camps. I found it difficult to fit in with my classmates, and I had completely lost contact with my mother living in Equatorial Guinea. I went to university in Pyongyang, and I lived with international students from places such as Syria and China. Living with them inspired me to learn more about the outside world, but I also started to question my own identity, and I needed to find somewhere I belonged. I decided to leave and move to Spain. It was my grandfather's birthplace, but no employer would recognize my North Korean university diploma, and I was stuck doing low-paid jobs. I moved to New York, and it felt like it was a society where kindness and indifference lived side by side. I tried living back in Asia, first in South Korea, and then I moved to China, but it still didn't feel like home. I eventually decided to return to Equatorial Guinea, the country that had killed my father. It was a culture shock at first, but the longer I lived there, the more I was able to connect with my ancestry and get a clearer idea of who I was. In 2014, I decided to move to London. Growing up in North Korea, I always felt as if I stuck out, but in London, I felt marvelously discreet.
Do you feel like London is home for you now?
Wherever I go is home, but at the same time, I don't know if anywhere can ever be my home. I'm a mixed-race woman first in 3 different cultures: Asian, African, and European, and I spent my life searching for my identity.